up guys, it's BD here, and this one device has changed the way I do everything on my desktop, and that is the Loupedeck Live. Mainly because it has so many plugins and so many applications that it can be used for pretty much any program that is on your PC. Now Loupedeck did send this out for me to check out, and they did sponsor this video, but I did put it through its paces before I made this video to make sure that it's something that would actually stay on my desk and something that I would actually use. Before we go over the 3 applications that I use it for the most, I want to go over the device itself and take a look at what you're getting here. The footprint is nice and slim and doesn't take up too much room on your desk. The middle is a touchscreen that's been partitioned off so it acts like buttons, and then there's 6 clickable turnable knobs around the outside of the device. Then on the bottom, there is a home button and assignable buttons as well. These can go into different pages or become media buttons. It's fully customizable. Literally, the world is your oyster with this device. You can make it what you want it to be. One thing I really like about the device is that it only needs one USB-C. There's no other power cables that are needed to run this device. The Loupedeck software automatically detects the programs on your desktop and gives you commands, which you can then drag and drop. It is super simple and easy to get up and running and customize and really make this device make sense for you. That's the best thing about it, is this can be for anybody. It just depends on how you want to use it. Once you switch on dynamic mode, whatever program you're in, it'll automatically pop up on the Loupedeck with the controls for that program. So pretty nice. So now that we got that out of the way, let's take a look at the 3 applications that I use the Loupedeck for. So the 3 cases that I really use it for are browsing and just overall desktop stuff. Then I have it for content creation like video editing, photo editing, things like that. And then the third one is going to be, of course, streaming. So all 3 of these things have been affected by this device. So we're going to go through and I'm going to show you how I use each one of them. All right, so we're going to start with the overall browsing aspect of the Loupedeck Live. So as you see, what I have here, I have set up music, task switcher. You can lock windows. There's a stopwatch. It shows you the week. You can also take a screenshot or a snippet. You can add another desktop. You can do emojis. You can open up a file browser like so. There's just so much that you can do with the Loupedeck. And then over here to the right, you can pause and play and then turn the dial to skip tracks or go back in the track. Really nice when you're doing something else and you don't need to pull up Spotify. It is just right there ready to go. Then of course they have just like a volume knob up here that will control the volume, which is really, really nice. And they have a bunch of other shortcuts that you can do. You can do like applications, you can do web pages, you can pull up sounds, you can do text. Like there's so many things that you can do just browsing. But the big thing for me is like when I do snippets for videos and taking information, it is nice just to have it there and I don't have to go find the snipping tool in the corner, search it, all yada yada yada. Like it is just right here on the Loupedeck, right on my desk, one press and it'll pop up. So let's say you want to change something on the knob, you just go over here, drag it on, and then it is instantly here on the dashboard. There's no loading and going back. It is very seamless to use. So yeah, on your main screen, you could just have your basic stuff for Windows, which is what I like to do. And then when you go over here to like the first button, I have all my applications that I use. And this just makes it so easy to just go over here. Let's say I want to go to YouTube, or I want to like go to my Gmail. I don't want to show you any like NDA stuff, so I don't go there. You can do Spotify and it'll just pop up and it's right here. So you can just do like Discord and this will pop up, easy enough. So there's a lot that you can do and just have everything at the touch of a button, which is really, really nice. And then you can go ahead, you can do multiple like pages on each button. So you can have an infinite amount of buttons and actions that you can do. So that is how it really just has changed my life when it comes to browsing my desktop. I have a 60% keyboard, so I don't have, you know, all the media keys and the dials and things like that. So this acts as that extra thing on my desk that, you know, I can just change, do the volume, do the media, and I don't even have to think about it or hold function and hit something on a different layer. It is just right here on my desk. So another way that the Loupedeck Live has affected my life is through their Streamlabs plugin. This gives you full control over your streaming experience. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through my humble setup, and I'm actually talking to you through my streaming setup right now. So this is how it will look. So this is my face cam, just so you guys know. We'll come back to that later. Let's take a look at the Loupedeck and my setup. So here we have it. This is my setup, my humble setup. I don't really need much on mine because I like to keep things simple when I stream, but there's so much that you can do with this. You can change the dials and have this be an audio, so you can change your game volume or your mic volume. I should be getting a little bit lower now. You should hear that, and go back up. Really nice stuff there. And then you can change scenes very easily. So I have one for my face cam. Now I have one for my top down, which is the top down, which is the Loupedeck at the moment. Usually this is like my mouse or my desktop to show what I'm doing. And then I have one for when I game and show my mouse or whatever I need to do, or my face cam. So I can easily toggle through each one of those, and it's just drag and drop. You just find it here in the scenes, boom. Or you could put the source here, you could put like the face down cam, whatever, right there on the thing. Now another cool thing that you can do is show and hide. So I can hide the video or show the video very quickly. So that's what I use it for. And then also recording. This makes it so I don't have to leave my game when I'm making clips for content or chopping up stuff while I'm streaming, or while I'm trying to create content for you guys and show you guys some gameplay. So there's that button right there. I'm recording right now, so I won't turn that off, but it essentially shows you everything you need right here. So yeah, that's how it's changed my life when it comes to streaming. Now you guys can do so much more with this. I can even go back just because, and look, there's just so much that you can do here. You can record, you can replay buffer save, you can turn off and on a source, you can do a studio mode toggle, a transition. There's a lot that you can do with this plugin, and honestly, it's just a real game changer when it comes to streaming, and that is why it is getting a permanent place on my desk. All right, so another way that this is integrated into my life is through editing and color grading. So I've always wanted one of those Black Magic consoles with the knobs and the buttons on it. It just looks so cool, like you're a real editor. So this gives you a little bit of a taste of that life, and it gives you a lot of dials and a lot of settings for Premiere Pro or Lightroom or whatever Adobe thing that you got going on. And I think it also works for Final Cut as well. But essentially, you know, I can go in here and just go to color. I can go to like creative, and look, it's automatically working with the program, so I don't have to do much. So you can find what you want in the panel, and then you can just adjust it with the knobs, which is really nice. You can do the exposure, you can dial in the highs, and everything is just very fine-tuned. You don't have to go in and try to move your mouse and try to, like, you know, overshoot, things like that. It is like nice and smooth, and I feel like I'm an actual editor. Has like the shading there, or shadows, has the whites, so you can really dial it in. Feels very nice. And then you can like put a vignette or a creative tint. You can go to this page, you can do like the shadows on the X and Y axis, which is really nice. So you can really dial it in without making those big jumps. And it's just changed my entire workflow when it comes to Premiere Pro, at least color grading. Now there are some options where you can do some editing on it. Back here you can like do editing, you can control the mouse, you can do like effects, but I like to keep that with the mouse. I don't really need the fine tuning there. So mainly what I use it for is the color grading. All right, so that's gonna do it on this video. Thank you Loupedeck for sponsoring this video and for also sending out the Loupedeck Live. I enjoyed it, and it is gonna be staying on my desk. You're gonna see it in upcoming setup tours. Best believe it's not going anywhere. It is too useful not to use. All right guys, so that's gonna do it for my time. It has been your boy BT saying peace.